Hello, Flosstube. It is time for another update. I think it's been about 3 weeks, so a little longer than I usually try and go, but I've been out of town a couple weekends or several weekends, so that's just what happens when life gets in the way. So I have whips to show you. We'll talk about my plans and then some haul. So again, it probably won't be real long, but we'll get started. If you are just finding me, you'll find on my channel, Creating with Cindy, both Flosstube, which is all about cross stitch, and also YouTube videos that have to do with my card making business. So I am also an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I do classes, I do live videos on Facebook and then load them to YouTube. So if it says Flosstube, then it's my cross stitch. If it doesn't, if it says Facebook Live or something like that, then it's my card making. So that way you can tell the difference very easily. All right. The first, and if I see me looking over here, it's because I'm looking at my notes. So the first whip I'm going to show you is called January Garnet Fairy, and it's by Mirabilia. And that's what it will look like. This was one of my Whip Go calls for September that I didn't get quite finished in September, but I did get it finished up first part of October. I did a total of 482 stitches on it since my last Flosstube, and I'll put a picture in of what it looked like before, and this is where we are now. So this is, you know, the kind of the back side of her dress. This kind of orangish floss in there is a Karen water lily, so it's got some variation to it. Really pretty. So this will have tons of beads when I'm done. It has some Krynic in her wings, and I think also in her skirt. I don't think I have all of those yet. And this is done, I believe it's a 32 count. Yes, 32 count Lagoon by Fabric Flair. So it's a real pretty blue. Soft blue with some modeling, not a lot, but some. I had seen somebody else do it on blue and I just thought it was so pretty. So I picked that up to do it. All right, so that was September. Finishing up September Whip Go. If you're not familiar with Whip Go, it's kind of like bingo, but for cross stitch. So you fill out a board at the beginning of the year, and then every month 2 numbers are called, and you do whatever you've set as your goal for those projects. I did it to be easy on all of mine. It is 10 hours on each project. So each month there are 2 projects drawn. I do 10 hours on each one. I have gotten behind. So like I said, that was September that I finished up. I haven't even started on October's numbers yet because I have a gift I'm trying to get finished. So at the end, when I'm talking about plans, I will show you what I'm going to do for October, hopefully in October, but I haven't started any of it yet. All right, so the next project I worked on is Riverwalk Charm, and I'll put a picture in of what it's going to look like when it's done, and also where I was last time. I did 1,290 stitches on this project since the last Flosstube, and it is on 28 count easy guide. And so here is where we are now. So I'll hold it back a little bit. And so I had been converting this to diagonal, but I did go ahead and fill in, you know, when I got down here and there was some of this, I just went ahead and filled in that color. I think I may convert this again to Royal Rose. So I started doing that with a new project I showed you last time, and I really like the way that works. I think I've told you I have to have a plan when I'm doing full coverage like this. Otherwise, I'm just like, I'm spending all my time trying to figure out what color I'm going to do next. So if I have a plan like diagonal or Royal Rose and I know, okay, I'm going to do that color next and do it, it's much easier for me. I feel like with diagonal on this one, it may not be for all of them, but on this one, I keep having just a few threads, a few stitches here, but there's more over here. And so it feels like it's not as, it's not the most, I a time-saving way to do it. I don't know. I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of, but so I think I may be starting to convert this to Royal Rose and go across and then work my way down that way. We'll see. I still love it. I mean, I still love this project, and it's the one I have the most finished on, but that is Riverwalk Charm. Okay. Next is a new start, and I had talked about this last time I wanted to start it. Let's see what fabric it is on. 32 count Vintage Country Mocha by Witchelt. And this is, I'll put in a picture of what is available now. It's a mystery stitch along. It's called the Haunted Library. I did 330 stitches. I don't have a before picture because it's a new start, but this is what I got done. So this is part of the railing at the top of the stairs. And so every, couple of weeks or so, I'm not sure how many more parts we have. There's a bunch of parts out. This actually started in May or July, I don't remember when, and I didn't start it until just a couple weeks ago, so I'm way behind, but I'll get there eventually. But every time she puts on a new part, I'm like, oh, I really want to go work on that, but I have a gift I have to get done, so I've had to kind of put everything else aside so I can work on the gift for now. But this is Haunted Library. It's I didn't keep that. I think it's like Leela Crow. I'll have to look that up. Okay, next is one I've been trying to keep up with and I'm behind also. This is Mini Bouquet Sampler, and I'll put a picture in of what it's going to look like and what it looked like before. This is done on 32 count Dead Sea Scrolls. That's hand dyed by Steph. And so I did get August finished and started on September. So I still need to finish September, and then I need to move down here and do October. And I've been trying to do the borders as I go along so I don't have a whole bunch of border to do at the end. It's really pretty. Here, let me take off the top, at least the top of the Q-snap so you can see at least what that looks like. So you can see more of it anyway. I've heard people talk about it, itchy nose when you're doing Flosstube, and it's true. So there we go. That's the whole thing so far, except for a little bit that's underneath that Q-snap. It's really pretty, and I do want to try and get caught up on it. There's just not enough hours in the day to do all the stitching I want to. Plus I work full time and I have the stamping business. So it's hard for me to fit in all the stitching I want to do also. So this project is, you've probably seen people have it completed. This is Costume Party by Hands On Design. It is on a 32 count, I think it's Silver Mist by Hand Dyed by Stephanie. It was a mystery stitch along. I did not keep up, of course. But it's the project I work on at lunch. So at work, I get 30 minutes. I go stitch with some friends. Just kind of a nice break in the middle of the day. So I don't have stitch counts on this one. I don't have a previous picture because it's just my work project. But here's where I am. I decided to go back and add some of the, that's what this thread is, some of the back stitch. So I got these bottles stitch. I have to do the eyelashes on those eyeballs. Got the book back stitched, and now I'm working on this skeleton cloche. So there's a pumpkin up here, some words, and then some little pumpkins down here, like a little garland of pumpkins down there. But it's really fun and really cute, and I doubt I'll get it done, especially done and fully finished. I did buy the finishing stuff. If you signed up for the stitch along, you could get like a wooden tombstone and some rickrack by Lady Dot Creates. The tombstone, I've forgotten the company that does that. They sell on Facebook also. And then you also got some perforated paper. There's some extra bonus patterns that you can stitch, which I haven't even started looking at those. So I doubt I'll get it finished for this Halloween, but I do have all the stuff that I can finish it when I get it stitched. So, all right. This Dressmaker's Daughter is one. Oh no, this is my September one I didn't finish. So January Garnet Fairy was September Whip Go that I did finish. This is September Whip Go I did not finish. So I still don't have all of September's finished. This is Dressmaker's Daughter by Mirabilia. It's just gorgeous. But it does have a lot of stitches. So the background behind the dresses is all fully stitched. And of course, like all of Mira's, it has a lot of beads and has Krynic. I'll put a picture in. Do I have one of this? No, I do not have a before picture of this one, so I can't show you that. But this is where I am now. I'm finished summer, the stitching. I wait and do the beads at the end, and I have been working on autumn. So I've just been filling in this light cream color in the middle there. And it has some Karen water lilies at the bottom for these berries or whatever they are, gourds. I don't know what they are. So they're really pretty. But yeah, this one will be gorgeous someday when I get it finished. All right, and then the last one, this is what I've been working on so much lately because it's a gift. I have a nephew getting married at the end of this month. So I need to get this finished and get it fully finished so I can get it to him for their wedding. This is Counting on Love by Silver Creek Samplers. And I will put a picture in of where I was before. And I've gotten quite a bit done. So I think last time I had the 3-4, I don't remember if I had the 5-6 row, but I know I've done all the 1-2 row and then all of this at the top. And I think part of this row, but you'll see from the before picture. So it really goes fast with it being words and numbers. That part goes very fast. There is, I have the mirror half of this, so the leaves and on this side, and then another 2 rows of numbers and words, and then some leaves and their initials on the bottom. So I won't be working on anything else. This will kind of go into plans. I won't be working on anything else until I get this done, except for at lunch. This is on 40 count. I forgot to tell you what the Dressmaker's Daughter was on. It's on the called for. I think it's like chocolate. Yeah, milk chocolate linen, 32 count milk chocolate. This is on 40 count. I didn't want 40 count, but that's what I ended up with. And it is Colonial Parchment. So I'm just stitching 1/2 on this 40 count. But with my magnifier, it's not bad at all. And I'm actually kind of enjoying the way it's turning out. It's very delicate. So my plans are to finish that and fully finish it. I can't take it to work because it's 40 count and I don't have a magnifier at work. So I'll still work on my costume party at work until I finish that, and then we'll see what else I'm gonna do next. I usually just try and take small projects to work. So plans, finish that, Counting on Love. And then for Whip Go for October, I don't remember what the numbers were, but for me it was this Bord de Mer. It's a French Madame Lafay. So it's a real nice beachy project. And it's been a lot of fun to work on. And no, this is the before picture because I haven't worked on it yet. So this is where I'll be starting. If I get any time to start on it this month. Let me hold it back so you can see the whole thing. And of course I haven't ironed any of these. So I've got the lantern. That's what I was working on last time. I started with the anchor and then worked above it. And there's a seagull up here. So I've still got a lot to go. We'll get into the reds pretty soon, maybe. Depends on which direction I decide to go. But that will be, that's one of my March whip goes. Not March. October whip goes. Running out of space. And then the other October whip go is a project that I have started, I don't even know how many years ago. I'll have to look that up. But a long time ago. And it is chatelaine, and it's the only chatelaine I have in progress. I'll have to pull off the wall. The first chatelaines I did were just 3 small ones that just hang on the wall in my dining room here. So I'll pull them off the wall and show them to you sometime. I wanted to start with something small to see if I was capable of doing them. So this is the Paris mandala. And it was a mystery stitch along when it came out, and that's when I bought it. So I have it on PDF or, you know, in emails. I bought the non-symmetrical one. You could get a symmetrical one where all the buildings were the same on each side, but I wanted all different buildings. And I haven't pulled this out for quite a while. I did splurge years ago when I started this and buy the full thread bead kit from European Cross Stitch. So I have everything I need to do it. I think one of the things that makes me hesitate to work on it is the Eiffel Tower. So I don't know if I'll be able to show you all of this or not. I have done one Eiffel Tower, and this is the only thing I have on a scroll rod, and there we go. So the Eiffel Tower, oh, sorry about that, is a lot of back stitch. A lot of back stitch. I can't see what you can see. It's beautiful. When you get it done, it's absolutely beautiful. And so I've got the middle done. Let me see if I can do this without banging again, so it's not so noisy for you. The middle is done. So let me see if I can kind of show you that. It's hard when it's on scroll rods like this to really show it, but I don't want to take it off the scroll rods. I'm trying to get it to just kind of loop around. Well, sorry, this is not going well, is it? But this came up on WhipGo for this month. There. Now I think you can see more of that middle. If I can get the cardboard behind it so it's not so see-through. There you go. Can you see it? Kind of. So I do have that middle done and the 4 corners like this around it. These buildings are done. This Eiffel Tower is done. Other than beads. I wait and do the beads at the end. But those are done, and I'm starting to work over here on this next building. But I'm thinking when I get to this Eiffel Tower, there's an Eiffel Tower on each side. So when I get to the one over here, I'm thinking I may just stop and do all of them and just get them done. And that way I don't have to worry about, you know, when I pull it out, then I won't have Eiffel Towers to worry about. So that's what I'm thinking of. But I wish you could see how beautiful this is in person. I do have some of the specialty thread in there. There's some gold in here. Get it a little bit closer, see if you can see. But it's going to be stunning someday when I get it finished. And this is one that I would like to take to Jill Rinsel. If you've heard of her, she does absolutely beautiful finishing, framing, and she's got her partner that works with her, the other lady that works there, I can't remember her name. I don't remember if it's April. Anyway, they do paintings on mats, and they do such an excellent job of enhancing the picture, but not taking anything away from it. And I've seen one person has given this design to her to frame, and it was beautiful. So someday when I get this done, I do want to take it to her. I don't know if I'll have the guts to mail it. I may have to just make that my trip to Utah, because someday I would like to see Shepherd's Bush, go to that shop and see her Jill Rinsel's studio. Okay, so those are my plans. We'll see if I get anything else done besides the Counting on Love. Like I said, I have to get that done, so that will be my first goal. And then after that, we'll see what else I have time to do. I have plenty to keep me busy if I find time. The nice thing is, by the end of October, when I go up to the wedding and I have to have that finished, it's like a 9 or 10 hour drive. So if I have something like my mini bouquet sampler is really pretty easy to work on in the car, so I can maybe do that. Okay, now it's time for haul, and I think these are maybe the last two. I don't remember. Sorry, just a minute, I've been talking too much. So this is the Nutcracker Village. I think that's what it's called, yes. So these are the last two. This is, I don't have my glasses on, so Dewdrop's Flower Shop. I haven't started on this. I would love to. I haven't started on it. And Drosselmeyer, I think, Toy Shop. Those might be the last two. And then I know this is the last Fall on the Farm. Wishing You Well. And you've probably seen these before. But I stopped at my L&S today. And then we're almost to the end of the Year in the Forest, or Year in the Woods. So Little Brown Bat. I love the colors of the leaves in this one. And then this is the latest one, the Beaver. Look at that tail, isn't that fun? I didn't look. Most of these usually have just a couple of overdyed. Yeah. And then the rest of it is just DMC, which is really nice because then you don't have to, you know, break the bank to get the threads for it. And then this is, I believe, maybe the third one, I think, in this series. So these are Quakers, and this is the autumn one. This is by Jardin Privé. So I think the spring and the summer had already come out, and this is the autumn. And so they're meant to be worked together, each one monochromatic. And I haven't decided if I'm gonna do that or if I'm just gonna pick out a fun fall color and just do each one, you know, pick out a fun color for each season and do them separately. I haven't decided. And then this is the last of the From the Heart. These were the monthly Quakers. So this is December. So that is the last one of those. And then I went ahead and got some fabric and picked up this one only has two. They often have three, but this one only had two, just a red and a green. But really pretty. And they're, you know, they're not huge. I've started a couple of them. I just haven't finished any of them. And then this was a pattern from Needlework Expo, right? That hadn't come in yet, and it just came in. So when I, or I don't know how long, but I hadn't been there for a couple of weeks. So when I went in today, they had it. And this is the Autumn Cloche by Hello from Liz Matthews. So pretty. And these butterflies and these flowers, I don't know if you can see them. To me, in the picture, they look blue. But we pulled the threads for them. It has NPI, it's charted for NPI, but it also has DMC equivalents, and I'll probably do the DMC. I won't invest in the NPI. I have too many other things I want to do. But we pulled the threads for those, and they're gray. They're like 646, 647, so they're gray. So I may change those so that they look more blue. I haven't decided. And then I picked this up. It is winter, I think it says Winter Wishes. It might be a hand-dyed by Steph, I can't tell. But it's kind of a gray, so I thought it would look really pretty. I think the fabric that it calls for is the fabric that came in my last thing that I'm going to show you. So my last haul, sorry it's going to be a little crinkly, was an exclusive from the Scarlet House exclusive to my LNS, which is Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock, Arkansas. And you could sign up for it through August, and they had so many people sign up. So it's taken them a while to get all of the kits out, but I've got mine today when I picked it up, and I wasn't gonna buy this. You know, they posted online. I'm like, oh, it's nice, but then I saw it in person, and it's so pretty, and I just love the saying. So let me go ahead and read that to you, because with the glare, I don't know if you'll be able to. But it says, when the weather is hot, rainy, or cold, I look at my chart and stitch as I'm told. The wind may howl, raindrops may fall. I'm in my own world and safe from it all. With colors of thread from every hue, it makes me happy, this much is true. I just love that sentiment too. And it came, this is what's a little crinkly. It came all nicely wrapped up in this tissue paper, this bird tissue paper that I have to figure out if I can save and use for something for my mom. But here's what it looks like. So it has the 4 seasons, houses, and then that sentiment in the middle. And then it has the, it has pins. I haven't even opened up this yet. So you get all of the threads, and then the fabric, it was a different fabric. I don't know if I can read it on here. Steinbeck linen from Needle and Flax is what this called for too, and that's what this says. So hopefully you can kind of see. And it looks like I have some pins. I've got all the floss I need, and then there's some other smalls on there too. So I have fabric for that too. So I don't know when I'll get to start this, but it is absolutely beautiful. So I'm glad I went ahead and purchased it. Anything with houses usually will get me anyway, because I love houses. All right, I think that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed that. And I will be back hopefully in a couple of weeks to show you hopefully a finished wedding gift and maybe some other progress. All right, thank you so much for joining me. See you next time.